Alright, we're in the crib with Minfilia. We're getting the next quest going. I got about 2.5 hours before I gotta go to tennis. So hopefully I can do a couple. Shadow of Darkness. Ominous. Cutscene fade to black. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary, Mercy. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Asine known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Asines, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Mercy. Mercy with the blue eyes and the do-rag on. I got a do-rag. It makes me strong. Now I'm stronger than yesterday. 163 gil. So I have two options. I use my free teleport that I can use over and over and over and over and over again with no consequences. Take it to Lenosha, and then take the airship from Lenosha, Limsa Lominsa to Ul'dah. Or, I could have done. You know what? I'm just gonna. It's 163. I don't care. That's fine. 163 gil just to teleport directly, so I'm just gonna do that. I don't know about the rest of you, but every once in a while I get a text, and it's from somebody looking for somebody that's not me. And every time I say, nope, it's not, you got the wrong number, they always have the same thing. Oh, I hope I didn't bother you. One time I responded, it's no bother. Hope you find the person, or I think it's just like, oh, it's not bothering. No, it didn't bother me. They continued to try to talk to me. I was like, okay, sure, whatever, I'm bored, lonely. And, eventually they ask for money in some way, shape, or form. But I'm not sure if I'm the only one that gets these texts every once in a while, but maybe like once a week, once every other week. The Masked Man. You are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes. As we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Thanalin. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kikrin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. I can't read well right now. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers. He'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Okay. I'm just gonna keep spending money. 280 to teleport to Drybone. Well, let's save it a little bit. So, if I exit Ul'dah into Central Thanalin, come on. So Thanalin, or Ul'dah, is more or less set up as a giant circle. But some of the circle, like, kind of the outer area of Ul'dah is a big ring, but it's only like a half ring. But it is really set up like a big circle. Now that I'm out there, I think I saved like 30 or 50 gil. Whatever. Okay, now it's over here, I believe. We are in Camp Drybone. It's that camp that's like built into like a depression in the ground. You got ramps going up and down. Running north along a ramp, then directly east past those My Outrageous Nannies, the kind of ram sheep looking guys. I guess, so they're kind of they're big buff goat sheep hybrids. But I guess you guys wouldn't know what a ram looks like because those, well no, those exist in real life, right? Are those called rams? The bighorn? Anyway, Hihibaru is a Lalafell. He's wearing a Santa hat right now because, of course, it's... Oh, is that a Santa hat? No, just a red turban. Sorry. Lalafell, red turban, kind of darkish. Yeah. He's a merchant right next to this bridge called Highbridge. Welcome to Highbridge, adventure. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Oh, why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? What do you want? Highbridge Times. When the Order of Nalthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the nigh-endless beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my adventure started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant? The masked man? Bah! I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know more about him, go and ask the other merchants. So we head west, and there's a little campfire and a little tent with the multiloquent merchant. Another Lalafell. I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanolin too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Thank you. That's at least something. Now we gotta go across the bridge. It goes like up at a 45-degree angle, and then it's flat and level. Here's an absent-minded merchant looking over the bridge into a chasm. I think it's snowing, or at least horizontally raining, I guess. On the trail of a masked man. I have heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. Instead, he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. What are you looking for down there, bruh? Just sightseeing? Sea sighting? Impassive merchant, just kind of sitting at a table, maybe going over some books. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been given Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kirkran raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Back across the bridge, heading west. Hihibaru. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kirkran raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Level 37. Where there is smoke is the next quest from Hihibaru. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kirkran appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Where there's smoke, there's fire. We're going back east across the bridge. Flat part, another short 45-degree part up. So we are on higher ground for sure. The rain is still slanting in at more than a 45-degree angle, I would say. Maybe like 15 degrees off of parallel, maybe. 15 and 25. Maybe not that much. Yeah, it's about 45, yeah. This part of Fenelon, what are we, Eastern Fenelon? Yeah. Got some roads, kind of just dirt roads that are more worn than paved or anything like, or made, you know. Some axe beaks. Those are the somewhat Spinosaurus, bird-like looking things. And then our destination is atop some rocks here. So jump up there. Press the button. Smoldering coal. Light a fire. Light them there, their fire here. And get attacked by a corpse brigade foot soldier. But he ain't a thing. And that was it. Now we'll go back to Hikibaru. Am I getting currency for... Okay, I'm at 24.39. I want to see if I turn this quest in, if it gives. I think you only get the seals. You know, the seals that are relevant to your grand company. I think you only get those from fates and dungeons, unless the quest specifically says it gives them. But 24.39 is what I'm at. Let's see if progressing a story quest gives me more. 24.39. Johnny 5, show me your life. Hikibaru. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Ward of the Destroyer. Interesting. This scroll, it bears a prayer to Rhalgr. R-H-A-L-G-R. R-H-A-L-G-R. Rhalgr, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rhalgr is the guardian deity of Ala Mhigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Ala Mhigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Complete that quest. On to Little Ala Mhigo. The Ala Mhigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head toward Little Ala Mhigo over in southern Fenelon. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, adapt to life in Nova. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much of a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Ala Mhigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose that this is it, and then I'd hope that you would linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Thanks, buddy. It's really nice of you. I've already gone to Ala Mhigo, but just for the sake of demonstration, we run just a bit southwest, kind of more southwest, and then we're jumping over some like little cliffs, and then we're running straight south with a little bit westerly, so like southwest. I cracked myself up. But I went to Little Ala Mhigo previously because I was doing some of the hunting logs. Turns out didn't have to do the Twin Adder hunting log in order to rank up in the Grand Company. All it takes is the currencies that you get from fates and dungeons, the whatever they're called, the seals, company seals. So I'll keep doing fates. I think I have a dungeon I can do, but I haven't done it yet. Maybe I'll queue for it and then stop this video while I'm waiting for the queue to pop, or maybe move on. Anyway, I think this video is going to be 4 quests long. Yeah, Shadow of Darkness, Highbridge Times, and where there is smoke. Oh, and on to Little Ala Mhigo. It feels decent going, you know, we inspected a new place. We're done with that new place. We're going to another new place. And that's a good place to stop. The entrance is always a little weird to find on this one. So Little Ala Mhigo is built into like this high plateau, but they've dug into it. So it's on road level. You just run into a cave, like a tunnel passageway thing, and they got some gates and stuff. And then it's kind of shaped a bit like a wide, or like a really shallow but wide U, if that makes any sense. So it's like elongated U. And then, you know, there's an aetheryte shard in the middle of it that's all beautiful in the middle of like this kind of tiny circular pond, and it's up on a kind of like rocky pedestal, and there's a Chocobo guy and some leave meats. I save all the leave meats for characters that I level up, or not characters, but jobs that I level up next, because the storyline gives you a lot of experience points and is perfectly fine getting all the way to, you know, I think all the way through the levels. But leveling side jobs, like when I do Paladin and White Mage, requires leave meats and some other stuff. But anyway. Why, yes, he borrows my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? The masked man, I'm afraid that description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Gundobald is a spear-wielding... Let's see, his eyes look weird. Hold on a second. He just has, like, tattoos around his eyes. Tattooed eyes, white mustache, white hair that goes down to probably shoulder blades, below shoulder blades. Got some dark pauldrons on, the shoulder pauldrons, dark metal. Looks like metal wrist guards or lower arm guards, maybe turning into gloves, but they're kind of hidden because he's got his arms crossed. Red shirt, has the chest kind of bare. He's got a neck piece too that's black metal, and then pants are kind of like a greenish gray. Legs, he's got like some knee guards, shin guards on, and kind of orangish underneath the shin guards, but the shin guards are black. And then Gundobald, what you got, bud? Cutscene fade to black. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Quest completed. The friendliest quest you can complete. Alright, that is the end of those 4 quests. I will probably start another one right soon. Get a little bit of water. But yeah, 4 done. More coming.